Hey guys, it's NeXvA, creator of NeXvA here. I'm back. For real this time. Yeah, I started college full-time and have done theater some more and have zero time for anything. But I got time for you guys because you guys are worth it. And I've gotten a lot of requests. And holy crap, we are 3/4 of a way to 1,000 subscribers in my absence. Thank you guys so much, and I promise you more AVGN content is going to happen right here, right now. Starting with the Angry Video Game Nerd episode 26. Sega 32X, the sequel to the Sega CD episode. What is going to happen? What's going to become of it? Will the nerd also hit the Sega 32X? Honestly, probably. So, we're back to it. And, again, thank you guys for the support and the pouring of comments asking me to come back. It means the world to me. I wanted to come back for so long, and I know my last 4 reactions have been all in Nintendo, but we're here now for you. It's for you. So, as always, oh, I miss saying this. As always, the original video link will be in the description below. Make sure to go subscribe to Cinemassacre for the amazing content that I've reacted to on the channel thus far, and for much more that I will be reacting to in the near future. Near future. Okay, near. N-E-A-R. Keep that in mind. With all that said, gang gang, play. The Angry Video Game Nerd episode 26. First aired on May 15th, 2007. I was only 2.5 years old. He's gonna take you back to the past. I miss this. I gotta go full screen. What's wrong with me? Top Gun, the kids. Hey, look at that. Power glove. One of you guys, please send me a power glove. I want a power glove so bad. Ooh, nice. Name's Nerd. James Nerd. Yeah, you can just walk over it. See, I remember! I remember, guys! I promise. You guys like that? Also, this is going to be a permanent setup. I know I used to switch it around. Scary 32X. This is the permanent setup. And I got an ad. Wow. I got an ad, guys. How hilarious. Resume.
The Sega CD had its place in history. I mean, don't get me wrong, it's a piece of shit, but it has a certain appeal. The 32X is the real deal. It sucks.
Okay.
Oh god, it sucks.
It looks
You plop it
wrong.
on the top of the Genesis like they're mating. God, I mean, do you think that's enough add-ons? It doesn't even look aesthetically presentable. I mean, it's just like an ugly tumor. I mean, did they really need all this bullshit leeching on the Genesis? That poor Genesis is just thinking, oh, please, God, take this shit off me. It's like getting gang... Both
Whoa!
Fucked at the same time.
I might have to censor that.
Picture this.
I don't know.
If it was a Model 1 Genesis, it would have been even more of a spectacular mess. And there's metal prongs you have to insert into its slot. I mean, there's something wrong here.
I have a Model 2,
this whole thing
so...
is just a mountain of cockadookie. So what
does
the 32X do? Well,
that
it's
right
compatible with all your 16-bit Genesis games, but it also has its own library of 32-bit games.
Is that Virtua
Oh,
Fighter?
you gotta love this. No end labels on the cartridges. May I ask why? Here's
I
the
hate
Genesis
that so
games.
much.
You can read them. You can see what they are.
Nintendo does that
if
too
I'm trying
with
to pick
the
out a game, I can
N64.
just visually scan my eyeballs across them without having to do this. Oh, what's this? Oh, Virtua Fighter? What's this? Oh, Star Wars? What's this? Primal Rage? The same thing as Atari. Labeled, not labeled. Labeled, not labeled.
Music.
Labeled,
Nintendo.
labeled, and not labeled. Even Nintendo's guilty of the same thing. If you labeled the older games, why can't you do the same to the newer ones? Who came along and said, okay, we're going to have better graphics, better
Nintendo
games,
before
and,
modern
those
Nintendo.
end labels gotta go. When did this idea of simple convenience become obsolete? Now about the 32X, hooking up this bastard is just insane. Believe it or not, like the Sega CD, it has its own fucking power adapter. That's great. I mean, now you got 3, and trying to hook them all up at the same time is a friggin' nightmare.
That's
Let's look at the most minimum amount of effort it could possibly take. So I'm plugging it into the TV. I mean, now I obviously can't plug in all 3 of these things. So here's the most basic power strip you can get. Every big store sells these things. These are common. So I plug in my fucking power strip or whatever. Here goes the Genesis, the Sega CD, and bullshit. What a load of fucking bullshit. How did they fuck this up so bad? I can't
That
even turn it
pisses
the
me
other
off
way
so
because
bad.
it doesn't fit. Why can I only plug in 2 power adapters? Why
They're
can't these go
huge.
sideways? Or better yet, why the hell do they have these box things? Why can't it just be like this? Even the Atari
I don't know.
5200 with its huge ass box, it still ends with a normal plug.
5200 sucks.
You know, that really pisses me off. I even have a camera, which I just bought this year, and it has a box like that. We live in the year 2007, and they can't figure out that shit
2007.
like that takes up too much room. These fucking things should be banned. Have these, not these.
This just turned into a
So
What's
anyway,
Bullshit
let's
episode.
fire this monster up and play some Primal Rage.
I've been watching that, yeah.
Great title screen, huh? There isn't even any title at all.
What?
What is this? Wait a minute. Oh, please, God, tell me what's going on.
Every copy of
Why can't I
Primal
see
Rage
the
is
characters?
personalized.
I'm playing Invisible Primal Rage. All right, let's try Virtua Fighter. What the fuck? Guess what? We left something out. There's another cable which connects the Genesis to the 32X. Isn't it enough that the damn thing is inserted onto the
Why,
top of the
though?
Genesis? Why does it need another connector? Look at this. It's a fucking mess. And what a perfect visual analogy. Sega invented the 32X to increase the lifespan of the Genesis. And that's exactly what the friggin' thing looks like. It's
Hearing
on
him
life
say
support.
friggin' is so weird.
So there's Primal
Life
Rage, which
support.
to my recollection looks nowhere near as good as the arcade. In fact, I'm not even sure how much better it looks in the Genesis version.
I don't know,
You got all
man.
the moves, the farting, the
Farting,
puking, the
huh?
pissing, which I can't do, so if you want to try that out, be my guest.
I'm
I
good,
mean, that's
thank
what I
you.
hate about this game, the moves. They're so awkward, especially the fatality moves. I mean, just forget about it. It's always something like hold these 3 buttons and then tap some weird combination on the control
I
pad.
cannot get into
I don't know why
tournament
they make
fighters.
any moves that require
Or
you
any
to hit
traditional
up,
fighters.
because you know what happens? You
Play Smash
jump.
Bros.
I'm sorry, but when I have to download a move list and remember all kinds
Oh
of
my gosh,
combinations
those are
of
the
buttons,
days.
that just ruins the game for me.
Yeah.
Then you got Doom, which is one of my
Doom.
all-time favorites, but the music sounds like shit. Compared to the
Oh,
Super
that's
Nintendo
not
version.
good. That's pretty good. I love SNES
Also,
style
the
music.
Super Nintendo version has more levels. The only thing it lacks is the graphics. They're horrible. On the 32X, they're better, but my point is, everything should be better. Now you got Virtua
You
Fighter.
think?
It was one of the first 3D fighting games.
Really?
and
It
sure,
carries
it
in
looks
Smash
like
Bros,
it.
but
I really hate how
that's
every
all I
time you
know.
jump, it's like you're on the moon. God, the control sucks. And the characters act like they have problems.
Problems? I'm watching a
Now we
YTV.
got Star Wars. Yeah, it's an arcade classic, but I don't know about this one. I mean, the graphics are balls. Everything looks like a
I kind of like it. I don't know what it
Putting me to
is.
sleep. Like my Sega CD
Oh, I remember
video,
those
keep in
booklets.
mind, I'm limited to how many
Oh
games
my
I can
gosh.
review. I'm aware that I'm leaving out popular
Those
ones
were the
such
days.
as Snatcher on the Sega CD and Knuckles
Knuckles
Chaotix on the
Chaotix is actually pretty
32X. But remember, if I don't have the game,
better than a lot
I
of people
can't
think.
review it. It doesn't matter anyway because I wanted to focus on the console itself. The bottom line, the 32X sucked, and it was one of the biggest failures of all time. And just to celebrate their failure, or just for shits and giggles, they released a few CD 32X
I did not know that.
games
Ooh,
which
Night Trap.
require both the 32X
That is stupid.
and the Sega CD.
Sega,
so if you happen to own
you've done a lot.
both this pile of vomit and this,
This is
piece of
stupid.
shit, you can mix the two together. So you can clearly see the 32X was just not worth it. And gamers were too smart to be suckered in because they knew that this piece of junk would be abandoned shortly because the Sega Saturn was on its way.
Saturn.
Hell, it was already out in Japan, so nobody
Really?
gave 2 fucks about this piece. It cost about $150 when it first came out. And the only people who bought
It's
it,
like a
they had
Connect
mechanical
price at
problems.
launch.
So on top of that, there were rumors that it could damage your Genesis games. And I don't even know if that was true or not. The Sega Saturn was released in the US
I don't
about
know.
6 months later. Only about 40 games or maybe less came out for the 32X before it bit the dust. I mean, what kind of marketing was that?
Because of course, right?
What were they thinking? And on top of that, Sega had yet another console planned in between called the Neptune, which was scrapped pretty
Oh.
quickly. All it was going to be was a standalone 32X anyway.
Really?
Which is what it should have fucking been in the first place. So not only was the Saturn on the way, but so was the PlayStation and the Nintendo 64. Gamers knew it was a better idea to just wait, and stores were selling the 32X for about $20. I got mine at a flea market for $2.50. I'm dead fucking serious. Now,
oh my
excuse
god.
me, I gotta send this fucking shit back to the fires of hell.
Oh my god, he's actually destroying it. Okay, what? Okay. I think that's the first console destruction. Or add-on destruction, whatever you want to call it. I can only imagine as the show continues, he's going to go a lot more crazy with it. But, I don't know, man. That was really something else. No, don't play any more ads. Shut up! Shut up! There we go. Wow. That was some pure rage there from Mr. the Nerd. And for good reason. That 32X doesn't look appealing to me. None of it's appealing to me. What can I say? That was review good, console bad. I mean, that's kind of what you gotta expect with this show. But you know what? This video, I liked it because it's a continuation of Sega CD where I left off. And I'm going to continue making more content for you guys. And yeah, that's pretty much it for today. So if you liked this video, like my reactions, be sure to leave one of these down there. And also, check the social links in the in the bio. I have that updated now. And also, again, go subscribe to Mr. James Rolfe Cinemassacre. And that's it for today. So I will see y'all when I see y'all. Peace out.
Hey, want to listen to some tunes?